hey, you don't like what I wrote, you don't like what I said, can you just back off a little bit? Can you have some empathy and squash this pattern out? What pattern? Of being called out for writing stupid shit? I will not stop that. Sorry, and it's not my job. I never told a single person on Twitter to tweet Kate from Barstool. I commented on when it happened because it was a fucking stupid thing to write. I don't know, maybe Barstool's always been like this. I don't know. I don't know if it became a place where if you get called out for your dumb shit, you hide and then you blame somebody else. She's blaming me for this. She wrote the fucking thing. Don't write it. Don't write it, or write it and stand by it. All right. I mean, I think people maybe want me to start the show with this, but I don't really care. I mean, this is probably what they want to hear anyway, right?
Yes. People are looking forward to you responding to Kate, I think.
So
but
Kate,
it's kind of the same old shit, I guess.
Yeah, although I have thoughts. So Kate from Barstool hosts the show Chaps, who I have to say, if you list the people I've given the pass to over the last year, I think Chaps would be your gold medal winner. Like, when you really think about it, he tried to get us fired.
Right.
Like, he
sided with a Barstool hater to go after us.
Yeah, like he wanted us.
Publicly.
He
publicly tried to get us fired.
Yeah, he wanted us fired. And then when the Minifans went back in a little bit, he backed down.
Well, he also realized that we were 100% right about the situation, and he was siding with a total.
But he said he didn't care. His thing was he didn't even care. So I mean,
and then when we met him in the Barstool office, he was kind of like too big for us.
He was an asshole. So fuck him. Like, I'm done being nice. Like, fuck him. And
but didn't he fall on his sword, or am I wrong? I can't.
He came on and did the show a little bit, didn't he?
I don't remember. But like he tried to get us fired. And then Kate, who was his co-host, is like hates us now because of that. And she can hate me all I want. I don't give a fuck. So she goes on Twitter last night, and this does piss me off because there's 8 layers to it. So Turtle Boy, in between, I guess, sending emails to Steve begging to come on our show, and hunting down 14-year-olds who bought mattresses and sold them for $60.
I was going to say, who is, by the way, not particularly a fan of this program.
Yeah, but he is, though. But
no, I know he is. I know he is. But it's just the other day, he was like shitting on the show. So
yeah, which is fine.
I'm just saying it's not some wild Minifan that's going after.
No. So he says she did some post about something, and he said, still working for the Red Chinese. And then she quote tweets him and says, one of the neat things about Kirk Min dragging you is the weeks of trolling harassment you always have to deal with afterwards. I have a thick skin to a point, but I'm also human, and the constant barrage from losers like this gets old. Fine, perfectly fair. I know we're open to criticism when we throw our opinions out there. It's hit or miss. And sometimes it leads to learning and adjusting. My DMs being flooded, the comments on my blogs, every tweet, every Insta post of Minifans saying I must love concentration camps, etc. Sucks. Smarter folks than me seem to be able to ignore it in the past, but it sucks any of us have to deal with it at all. And please, Kirk Min, by all means, use this on your next rant for more clicks or whatever. Hate that I'm even giving you attention because this is the game, and this isn't the first time they've come after me. I get how it works, but maybe have some empathy and squash this pattern out. To be clear, this is me now editorializing. I will not be doing that, just in case you guys want to skip ahead 10 minutes. That will not be happening. Not looking for sympathy or to be gassed up in the comments. It's just that being emotionally intelligent and subsequently quiet about stupid things that bother me isn't my style. Pair that with mega anxiety and I no longer sleep, you get a thread such as this. Well, let me say, her going through anxiety, I feel bad for that. I'm sure she's a nice person and everything. I feel bad that she has those issues. We'll start first at the top, and then we'll get to the other stuff. Here's the deal. You're a public figure at Barstool Sports. You wrote a spectacularly stupid column. Dumb, idiotic, insulting, and you got called out for your shit.
Whitewashing a historic level of human rights abuses that are happening in the PRC right now.
I mean, that's life. Saying I must love concentration camps, etc. You just said it wasn't a big deal at all in your column. Then you knew it was wrong because you fell on your sword. You wrote something really stupid and you got called out for it. Did she get in the way when Barstool used to go after Laura Wagner or Samer? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Or who's the guy who's a clown?
I'm
talking
Rappaport?
about. No.
The Daily Beast writer. Silverman.
Yeah.
Robert Silverman. Right?
Does she jump in when Dave abuses Robert Silverman for days?
Not to my knowledge.
Do we know that or not? If she does, good for her. I'm suspecting that doesn't happen. So to that, I would say you wrote something that was politically motivated completely. Fine. Saying this Hawley guy is an asshole. Fine. Okay.
Haha, look at him, dumb Republican who hates black people.
Okay. Okay. It's your great. It's a blog post. It's your freedom. Clearly that's the ideology there at Barstool now. Okay. So you wrote that. It was really dumb. A bunch of people, not us, by the way, at first, to be very clear.
This was a Stooley-wide phenomenon.
Right.
Everyone had the same reaction
when they
read
You got shit on it because you deserved it. Own it, deal with it, or just say, fuck off. So that's the first part. The second part is, my brother Adam texted me early this morning. He saw it. And then some other people. Nobody's tweeting at her. Somebody said she's been tweeted 4 times in the last 5 days by Minifans.
I saw you say that. I'm sure the first day. You
know what? Then why 6 days later?
Yeah, that I have no idea.
And also, this might tough shit.
Right.
I
think she's coming at you because you're the biggest person that commented on it publicly. I'm guessing. So she's attributing it all to you.
And it's easy to go after me because I'm not a liberal.
Right.
So I get that. I will say about her anxiety, that's fine. Believe me, I go through a lot of it. I am not having a great time at Murchison. I'm struggling right now. Trust me. But I would say I would never, ever do some thread saying, hey, lay off. Hey, you don't like what I wrote. You don't like what I said. Can you just back off a little bit? Can you have some empathy and squash this pattern out? What pattern? Of being called out for writing stupid shit? I will not stop that. Sorry, and it's not my job. I never told a single person on Twitter to tweet Kate from Barstool. I commented on when it happened because it was a fucking stupid thing to write. I don't know, maybe Barstool's always been like this. I don't know. I don't know if it became a place where if you get called out for your dumb shit, you hide and then you blame somebody else. She's blaming me for this. She wrote the fucking thing. Don't write it. Don't write it, or write it and stand by it. I don't care either way. But I'm sure as fuck not going to be like, hey, you know what? Whoever, any Minifan, you know what? Don't tell her you think it's stupid. What the fuck am I to do that?
Well, the thick skin line is a rough one because you can't.
Well, it's not true. It's not true.
Yeah, it's never good to announce to people that you have a thick skin, but because that's just going to make it worse, and B, you're answering to something that you chose to do. Like you chose to have this opinion. Like if people came out after me for the Nick Cannon thing, I couldn't all of a sudden go like, "Hey, gang, I know I've got a thick skin, but let's relax here."
But to be fair, on the Cannon thing, you covered both sides of the argument, so you handled yourself perfectly. Oh, please.
I disagree.
I think you should be fired. No, it should be fired. But for Viacom. The guy had a podcast.
I laid it all out beautifully on Drop the Mic.
God.
I'm much more free to give my full opinion.
It's almost like anonymity in a way.
Yeah, it's a lot like that, yes.
No, but I know what you mean. But anything. Like, this is what we say. Now, that being said, you can get frustrated, like, when you get beat up on social. I totally get that. The fuck you element of it. But you can't do the, hey, Kirk, have some empathy and squash this pattern out. You work at fucking Barstool Sports. Or maybe I should stop saying it. Maybe it's something else now. I don't know.
When Chaps tried to get us fired, I had a few people DM me and tell me to kill myself because it was perceived, the way he was casting it was anti-veteran stuff. It's true. It never crossed my mind to be like, hey, Chaps, can you tell the Zero Blog?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to play the. But I mean, you know how many times I've been told to kill myself on social media?
Well, that's what I'm saying. But no one is responsible for it other than the person who typed it.
That's part of it. You're not telling the Minifans to do this. Chaps isn't telling people to do it.
No, that's exactly right. This is. When I see that, it's like, and I don't know, and I understand she's anxious. I'm sure she has real mental illness. I hope this, I feel bad if this has made it worse for her. But here's my advice to you: when you write something next time, fucking take your time, think about it before you write it. You can't do your thing. I mean, and then it was just the other thing. It was just a totally disingenuous piece of work. And this is what I do. I don't care if you work here, or you work somewhere else. I'm calling you out for your shit. Now again. If she has reached out to Dave every time he has gone after Laura Wagner, right, that's fine. But we can't do it because we work together? Well, you're the guy you work with literally tried to fire us. So, I mean, which is worse, Kate? Me being honest, you wrote a fucking idiotic, totally slanted, totally biased, shitty fucking blog post that was 6 days ago that you've gotten 5 comments on from Minifans since. 2 different people have told me. So either deal with it or don't. Or is it worse that Chaps, was coordinating with Dave to try and get us out of a job? Which I don't know why he's so particularly passionate. Well, I don't know. What were you saying, Mike?
They're not used to it coming from in-house. Like, no one at Barstool would be that as critical as you were of Kate's blog, but also the worst possible way. Maybe she likes the attention, that's my only theory, because otherwise the worst possible way to go about it is to tag you and say, hey, knock it off, guys, because now it's actually going to be bad.
And as opposed to talking about it, she just won't come on, right?
Right.
Yeah, she's going to take.
And she'll just argue with fuck. I mean, it's just pathetic. What is this fucking company where people won't come on? What the fuck? You know what it is too? a huge part of this. I mean, I guarantee you, she talks with the Ellies and the Rias and the KMarkos, and he's a fucking asshole.
Well, you know what it is? To his credit, even though I think he's kind of a dick, is like Nate came on.
Yes,
KMarko came on. The originals. Even if you don't like him.
Well, I think KMarko had to come on.
Yeah, but he came on the first time, too.
That's true, yes. But I think this time he had to come on.
Yeah, but I just think there's a different mentality between the guys who were here for 10 years.
Jesus, KMarko.
And the people who are new. I think that's just true. I mean, look at Ellie, look at Kate, all these people. Rhea, whoever.
No, that's true. There is some element of that for sure. But I mean, this to me is like a no-brainer. Like, that's not even a conversation. Like, you come on and you fight. If you're going to do this, and now she's still arguing with people on, like, you know, it's not, I don't know, like, and I love the idea because remember she did that thing with Brandon Walker where they do that show and she's like, oh, Kirk did this and water is wet and the sun
Yeah.
And like I played along, it was fucking stupid, but I played along with it just to be nice. To be honest with you, I was nicer to her than I would have been if a guy wrote this or somebody who was in the military. I mean, I'm being honest.
Yeah.
You know, like it was really stupid.
Yeah, but not even that. I mean, you were critical of it, but who gives a shit?
Well,
You'd be critical of me if I wrote something like that.
But I'm just saying, well, yeah, but you didn't respond to it with 5 different. I'm just telling you, she
Right.
gave 5 different tweets about it. And she's still tweeting about it.
That's the strange part. Is if you don't like that, if you're saying, "Hey, I have anxiety," well, don't draw so much
And you
attention.
can't say you're not looking for sympathy because you are.
Completely.
I mean, that's bullshit. Like, it's just bullshit. You're not looking for sympathy.